brutal game to the Knicks yesterday. With a chance to win, LeBron's shot was blocked at the buzzer by Mario Hezonja that capped a 4 of 15 quarter for LeBron, the worst of his career. Earlier in the game, Knicks analyst and Hall of Famer Wright Frasier cast some interesting criticism on LeBron. Take a listen.
This time, when you're the face of the NBA, I think you should be more a part of your team, folks. No matter what is going on in the public, you got to be a part of the team. Maybe in the locker room, you're not, but you have to exude that type of togetherness in public, folks. And right now, we see he doesn't really care. So that's why this man is rumored to be, this is his last season as the Laker coach.
A lot going on with this Lakers team. Nick, what was your reaction to what Clyde had to say?
I have so much respect for Clyde Frasier. He's one of the best two-way guards in NBA history. He's a champion. And I love him as a commentator. But that was ridiculous. I don't think Clyde knew that the guy in a suit he was talking to from where he was sitting is one of his teammates. He's talking to Tyson Chandler. He went back at LeBron later in the game for sitting in his customary seat at the end of the bench, saying he's making all the guys, look, he's making all the guys stand up and move down. Lonzo was sitting there. Lonzo stood up. LeBron and he did a whole little handshake and were joking together when he sat down. There are so many fair criticisms of LeBron this season and last night. You said it. In the fourth quarter, he was as bad as he's been in any quarter all year, especially at the end. Well, not just 4 of 15. Last 90 seconds, he had a missed three when Kuzma was open. He didn't have to take it. He had a missed layup where he said he got fouled. He missed a jumper, and then Hezonja locked him. That's 0 for 4 in the last 90 seconds of the game. But the idea that because LeBron's talking to a teammate, to Tyson Chandler, he's disconnected from the whole organization.
Or was it that he was so far down while the guys, he was 3 or 4 seats removed from everyone.
Right, but as soon as the timeout's over, there's someone sitting right next to him.
Right, how about this? How about he don't know what he's talking about? How about that? All right, now you might respect him as a two-guard, as a commentator. Man, the way he dresses and everything and his commentary, to me, is very, very questionable. This is a guy that, to me, his comments were just out of touch. All right, LeBron is here. He's making his one visit to New York City. And me, as one of the legends of the game, you know something? I'm going to watch this game. And as soon as I get an opportunity, because I was at the game, I commented to Dusty. LeBron was at the end of the bench, sitting there, all right? We were talking about, and we knew that Tyson was right there behind him. That's where LeBron typically always seats. And what Clyde missed out on was Lance Stevenson and Lonzo, they were working out with the team. Either they were doing some type of rehab in the back. They were getting some type of workout in. They came out to the game late. Those seats were saved for them. So LeBron was in his seat. He knew they were going to be coming out of the locker room, and if he would have talked about,
in the game.
And if he would have talked about that, he would have known, and it would have really created a picture. And I know he's not watching the Lakers. I watch the Lakers. I watched LeBron James play every high school. All right, now that was the least talented team I've seen since he played at St. V on ESPN. But that's not the commentary. But if you want to say something bad, if you want to say negative things, yeah, you could be like, man, LeBron is bored. Yeah, LeBron is a little bit away from his teammates. But the truth of the matter is, if you watch the Lakers, this is no different. If you watch the LeBron with the Heat, this is no different. With the Cavs, this is no different. So for me, Clyde missed on this one, and I was at the game and I was watching.
This is the same thing. A couple weeks ago, LeBron in 3 consecutive games at the end of a quarter, or in 2 consecutive games at the end of a quarter, trying to get a 2 for 1, had the ball rolled all the way up the court and then took a 3. And the first one was in a Saturday night game. I guess no one was watching, because then it happened in a nationally televised game on Monday, and the announcers panicked about it. I've never seen that in my life. And then it happened a couple games later, and he fumbled the ball out of bounds, and it was a big meme, and it was a thing people were talking about, like, oh, this is how little LeBron cares at this point in the season. Like, there is an element of, this is, especially when you have the stature Clyde has.
Right.
Because I'm not the only person that holds him in that regard. And I do think he's a legend. I know he's a legend on the court. And people can, feel different ways about his commentary. I like listening to him. I think
and his dress.
Okay, well, again, that's a separate discussion. I think the Knicks have a great broadcast, and I enjoy listening to it. But this is the year, and I apologize for using this word, but there's not a word in our language for it, of schadenfreude for people that don't like LeBron James, taking joy in his failure. And they are going to, this year, find anyone that has been waiting for or has an axe to grind.
Sure.
This is the year to do it. And he always, to C's point, sits in that spot. And he killed him for not being a part of the team when he was walking there the second time, and we showed it. While he's mid killing him for not being a part of a team, he and Lonzo have a little interaction. I really believe he thought Tyson Chandler was a fan, that he didn't realize that that was one of his teammates. Or else, how do you make the statement he's disconnected from his team while he's talking to one of the veterans on the team?
And since all the other guys have gotten hurt, LeBron knows he's the face of the NBA. He don't need Clyde to be able to tell him that. That's the only reason why he's out there playing. That's the only reason why. Look at the last 2 games that they played. I mean, this is not a fun time in LeBron's career. But you can see with him out there, he is putting forth the effort. He is not mailing it in. I was saying they should put him on the rack. But LeBron's pride in knowing that he's the face of the NBA, that's what's got him out there. LeBron knew it was a sellout crowd yesterday. That's why he put the type of effort into it. But he went down like Jordan would go down, at least shooting it. Typically, you don't see LeBron take 15 shots in the fourth. Every game he's taking 15 shots in, I can tell you he cared about. Now, there was a stint in Dallas where he went to the corner, and that was the time people said, wow, he looked like he didn't care. This right here, I just believe he missed on it. I believe he didn't see what was really going on as far as him talking to his teammate. And this is the only time LeBron's going to be in the Garden, and he wanted to say something negative about LeBron, and he said it.
But LeBron isn't a Kevin Durant or Russ Westbrook. He's not a polarizing figure of sorts. He's relatively beloved. Why has he become such an easy target this year?
I disagree with the premise. LeBron's not mean with the media. LeBron is very strategic. LeBron hasn't had the spouts with the media that Kyrie or KD or Russ has had. But LeBron's been the most polarizing guy in the league for a very long time. LeBron was the original black hat as far as because of changing teams, and he wore it for a year and hated it. But this to me is a lesson. And one of the reasons why I think guys like Russ and others are so apprehensive of the media and how quickly folks will turn on you. 11 months ago, the story on LeBron as a teammate was, look at him carrying this Cavs team. And the year before that, it was LeBron is such a loyal teammate, he's making Dan Gilbert overpay for his friends, getting Tristan paid, getting JR paid. Like in Miami, it was guys either coming out of retirement or taking less to come play with him. And now this has been a season from hell. And that was a quarter from hell for LeBron in the fourth quarter at the Garden last night. And now it's just, as I've said before, the Jackals are out. And if you had something you wanted to say negative about LeBron, you didn't have a chance last year.
Yeah, this criticism of LeBron from Clyde Drexler, he might be an icon as far as playing the game, and he is a Hall of Famer. But he ain't no Hall of Fame broadcaster. Right. And he definitely ain't no Hall of Fame dresser. It will not change how people felt. If you felt about LeBron before the game, you felt the same way afterward. He did not illuminate or do anything. He didn't give us any insight. He actually missed. LeBron was there talking to one of the guys he can really relate to within the organization in Tyson Chandler.
All right, we're going to take a break there. Coming up, can Zion lead Duke to an NCAA title? That is next on First Things.
Yeah, change your outfits too.